Hi, my name is Evan Archella, and I'd like to show you some tips and tricks for Microsoft Live at EDU. Let's look at email groups in Outlook Live. This is the Outlook Live interface. In our Contacts view, which you can access by clicking Contacts in the lower navigation pane, you have the ability of not only storing individual contacts, but also creating what we call contact groups. If you click the New drop-down across the top, you'll see the option for Group. Click Group, and you'll need to give your group a name. So, for example, this could be for a class project. It could be a group of friends. Anytime you're talking about multiple email addresses, by creating a group, in this case, let's call it Class Project, I can put in individual group members, add them to the group, and when I save and close this group, you'll notice that I have a group contact now in my contact list. I could forward this as an attachment to other group members, so we'd all have it in our local contact folders. The idea behind the group is, if I go over to Mail, go into Drafts, and let's just open up an email message here, this is going to be a link to our SkyDrive folder for our class project. Well, rather than type in all of the individual members of the project itself, I can add the class project group. Hit the check names icon, it will resolve. Then all I have to do is go ahead and send that message out, and everyone on the class project group that I created gets a copy of that email. I didn't have to do it all individually. Now you also have a different type of group. That group we just looked at lives in our local contacts folder, and again, I can forward it as an attachment. Someone else could save it to their local contacts folder, but it all lives locally. It's not actually an object within the overall directory or global address list. If you click Options in the top right, you'll see an option for groups. These are called public groups. Groups that you create here are listed in the global address list, and they can be browsed for and used by other people. To create a public group, simply click New, then put in the display name. So in this case, let's say maybe I manage the intramural soccer team on campus. So I'm going to create a group for our soccer team. I'll give it a name, give it an email address. And if I know some of the members already, I can go ahead and add those members to the group from here. So go ahead and add a couple of team members. And I can decide from a membership approval standpoint, how do I want to accept new members into the group? So this will be in the global address list. People will be able to see it, and they could add themselves to the group. By setting owner approval, I could approve or deny those requests as they come in. So it gives me some control, but also maintains a little bit of the self-service nature of a group. When I hit Save, you'll see I have it now under public groups that I own. On the left-hand side would be any public groups that I belong to. If I go back out to my mail, go back into that drafts folder, well, here's an email I've created that's got our intramural soccer schedule on it. So here, if I want to send this out, I can go ahead and put in the alias that I created for my public group, check the name, and go ahead and send it out to the entire team. So again, the difference between these two different types of groups that live in your local contacts folder, they live specifically there. They are not an object in the directory in the global address list. They're purely a local contact within your contacts folder. A public group is actually an email address that you're creating in the directory, and it's then searchable and viewable by people who have access to the global address list. They could find it, they could add themselves to it, and then you, depending on your settings, can either allow that or reject that request. Let me give you a few resources for Live at EDU. Microsoft.com/Live at EDU is the main Live at EDU website. You can learn more about the program there. You'll also find the Live at EDU blog to be a useful place for learning about what's new with these tools, things that may be coming along, different changes that we're making. You'll also find help.outlook.com to be a helpful place for the Outlook Live application itself. This is the same place you can get to if you go to the little blue circle with the white question mark in it within the Outlook Live application itself. Both ways will take you to help.outlook.com. Also, if you go to Bing, do a search for Office Web Apps Product Guide, you'll get a detailed PDF on all the features that are included in our Office Web Apps applications, which are now integrated into SkyDrive, which is another Live at EDU technology. Thanks again for your time today. I look forward to having you on another screencast.